But let's come back to our topic today. What a mistake. So this is the scenario. We have a project, okay? And we decide that for this project, there will be a designer that has some experience, and this designer will be working on this project. Now, this is not a huge project, an important project, okay? Ciao, Dimitris. How are you? I hope that you got your driver license. Okay. So you have this designer that has this project that, of course, it's not a very exciting project, but it's a restyling. Okay, it's a restyling, exterior design restyling. So there is a, I don't know, the whole front end to redesign, which is quite interesting. You know, we don't get every single time to make a complete full car. Sometimes we have a life cycles restylings that we have to make on our products, on our cars. And therefore, this is a typical project that will last, I would say, 1 year and a half for a designer. Ciao, Patil. Welcome back. So the good thing is that we already have our designer because we like the first sketches he made at the head of exterior design decides that this guy has to be on the project. Now, I am the design manager, so I will work with this guy. And I will illustrate to this person, okay, this colleague, exactly what we're gonna do. So at the beginning, it looks like it's okay. But at the same time, after a couple of weeks that we're working together, I can feel that this guy is not very excited about the project. And you can see it because the way he makes his drawings, the way he gives you the images, the way he transfers to you his drawings, the way he does not participate to some meetings, the way sometimes he looks a little bit superficial on some aspects of the project. And on my side, my director and the engineering team, of course, it is an important project because we have big budget and design cannot block the project. Now, if we decide that we have to make a restyling also on the exterior design, not only on mechanical parts, that means that we have to offer our design. And there is a typical design process. You know, you sketch, you do some nice freehand sketches, we select the idea, we go on Photoshop. Because it's a restyling, there are lots of hard points to respect, and that's not exciting, I admit, but it's still designers' work. Design work, and therefore you have to go through some specific cut lines, front lights position, because we are saving the fixing points, so the back structures, stuff like that. So we change the skiing, and the interesting thing is that if you arrive to make a really beautiful design on a base that is an existing base, that means, in my opinion, you are a very good designer, because it's not easy. It's an exercise where you have lots of constraints, lots of hard points. So if you arrive to get something that at the end gives a good value, a new face, a successful new face to that car that is kind of old, then the market will like it, and you made a sort of a miracle, you know. So that's the way we should see those type of projects. So coming back to the designer expert that is working on the project, I realize that he doesn't move on. Every time I ask him something, or that my director asks something to, you know, to try some different type of solutions, we see that he does it, but he does it late. And when he has the time to make the drawing or to apply the modifications, those drawings have a shorter time, because he's not doing this on a daily basis like he would do for a concept car or for a brand new project. So the result is that you go to the first presentation with the first images, with the design management, where we get some design orientations that are very important in order to move on with the project, and people are not satisfied. So they look at this and say, yeah, okay, yeah, this detail is very nice, this thing is very nice, but look at the lights are out of proportion. I'll be careful about this because we cannot do. And look at the logo. The logo is too small. Things that have to do with the way you start the project. So it's obvious that if at the beginning you have some proportions problems and you are an expert designer, it means that you probably are doing this project in a superficial way. You are not paying the right attention to details that are very important, because we said this is a heavy restyling. Therefore, all the structure is carry over. All the fixing points are carry over. All the things under the skin are carry over. So it's an exercise that has to be done by somebody that has experience, and it's almost 1-2 shots, type of project. So if you waste time, you don't pay attention, of course the results will not be at the right level, the right level. So he gets the feedback. He says, okay, I understand now what I have to do. I will do it. Don't worry, come back to me in 2-3 days and we will look at what I'm doing. Okay, fine. If you are an expert designer, you are somebody that you are between 35-40 years old or even more, I assume you are a responsible person. Therefore, I can be on other projects, or I can do by meetings, knowing that you are working with it. So after 3-4 days, I go and check. So I call the guy, say, hey, can I come to your office? Let's check together what's the work in progress. We have Mr. Powell. Ciao, Powell. Good evening, sir. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you very much. I hope you do too, and welcome back. Thank you for being here with us. So I go and he says, yeah, but there is few things I didn't understand. You asking me to put the logo here, but I have a problem with the cut line. And then he gets into that type of discussion, that looks more like a polemic thing. And I tell him, I said, excuse me, you told me that you understood the feedback. You told me, give me 3 days, I put everything together, then we look at together the work in progress and we move on from there. I am here after 3 days and you are asking me questions you should have asked me before. I mean, if you have a doubt, because I'm the design manager, I know how we have to make this project. I mean, which is the degree of freedom we have and which is the degree of hard points. Ask me before, ask me earlier, so that we can save time, because the time, the planning runs, and we cannot push the planning or the due date because 2-3 days have been lost. So this is bad, and this is bad mostly because it's coming from somebody with experience that should have the responsibility of understanding a design process and how important it is to meet, those rendezvous, those meeting points, to make the point and move on. Okay, so I give him a feedback. He says, okay, I understood. Now I'll complete it. So he completed, and 2 days later we have another presentation with our management. We have the presentation with management, and my director is already a little bit, how can I say, a little bit disappointed, because he can see, I mean, we can all see that there is no much evolution, in the right direction. So we go to this presentation, and of course everybody, the design management, looks at the project that has to give a feedback. It's a step 2. Hey, Isad, so sir, can you please give tips? I'm still a beginner. Isa, now I talk about this. After I will open up to your questions, and you have to give me a real question, not just like tips. I don't know, I can give you a million of tips. Dimitris doesn't have yet his driver license. Too bad. In October, okay. Okay. Some easy and make a nice point. Okay, yeah, no problem. Anytime you want to have a meeting with me via Google Meet, we can arrange that very easily. No problem. Okay? so that you can tell me also what you up to. So we get again a negative, a sort of a mixed negative feedback, to the second presentation. It says, yeah, but last time I asked you to do this, and we still have the same problem. I asked to change that light to try something completely different, and I still have the same light design. So when design management looks at all this, and this is the type of reaction, you know, you have, being an expert designer, you have to be very careful, because this might create mixed feelings in people. And if at the beginning we were all happy that we had a very good designer working for us, because he is a good designer working for us and also expert, so with the maturity to do such a project, then we start thinking, oh my god, what's happening? I mean, if we lose him, what do we do? He has to do it. He can do it. So why does he engage himself in doing better? So after that presentation, I go and talk to him again. He gets a new feedback that is not very positive. I talk to him again and say, hey, look, you got to be careful now, huh? Because we have another meeting. And then in 3 weeks or in 4 weeks, or I don't know, 1 month, we have to give the final design orientation. So we have only 4 weeks. You cannot play around the way you've been doing. I mean, I know that you are serious. Of course, I have to be very polite in the way I have to talk to him, and I want to be very polite. But at the same time, I also have my patience that I'm starting to lose. So I say, come on, you are grown up. You know how important it is for me to get some answers at certain dates, because I have meetings after with engineering. I have to tell them what we're doing. I have to give them some results. Unless we are blocking the project. And the most important thing is that our design management is not happy. So they told you very clearly they want to see 2 scenarios or 2 alternatives. Make the second alternative. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? And there you realize that this guy is not understanding that he's putting one of his feet, one foot, into, how can I say, into a hole. It's like he's starting slowly to dig his hole, which is not good at all. So we go to the third presentation. We make a little bit of a few slides to show how we started, what we did last time, and what we're presenting now with the third presentation. And there again, things don't go well. So you start seeing the first design manager at higher level that says, I'm sorry, I'm not happy. I don't know what's going on, but come on, man. You should do this. We asked this, and I still see things that don't work. So we're expecting from you that you nail this down, because it's not such a difficult thing to do. Besides, you are the designer that has to do this, no one else. So what's wrong? The guy says, oh, no, I understand. Don't worry, I will do it. Okay. So finish presentation. I go and talk to him again. He says, but I didn't understand. They are really mad now. I don't understand why they are like that. I said, come on. Can't you feel that everybody is a little bit suffering after you? It's your attitude that is wrong. I mean, if you would have taken this seriously, you would have started with sketches. We would have looked at least at 3, 4, 5, 6 different type of design directions. We would have given to you right away the 2 ones that were the most appropriate for that type of project. And then you would have gone directly on Photoshop with the right cut lines and the right dimensions to make sure that we don't have problems in proportions, and our proposals are very credible, because it's very important on those type of projects to be very credible from the beginning. And then we can start an alias model, a virtual model right away. But you didn't do this. You're keeping on going back and forth, guys, for more than 3 weeks. People get mad. And if people up there get mad, it's a problem for you, not for me. So I wanted to tell you a little bit this little story, which is true story, Because this is the big mistake a lot of people do. In everybody's career, almost a good percentage of designers I've met in my life, whether I was in Fiat or now in Renault, or since many years, because it's already 33 years I'm working. The thing that I see, there are some people that think because they are expert, it's a restyling, yeah, it's a piece of cake, it's easy. No, you have to take care of those projects the same way as you are doing a concept car or you are doing a brand new project, which is, of course, it's more exciting. If you don't do that, a lot of people they suffer because the time is shorter and shorter. Design management wants to see results. Me, in my position as design manager that has to put together the design management and the project management with the rest of the company, I am squeezed between two fires. I am also a little bit start to get impatient because I need to give answers. And the answers that I can give come from the designer work. And if the designer work is appreciated, we can move on faster. This means that in those type of projects, you have to be careful. You don't have to think that this is a little project they gave me, something of 2 weeks and the thing is done. No, it's complicated because they are projects that are restylings on the base of existing cars. A lot of other people of the company, like product planning, marketing, and other engineering, they are very careful to make sure that the budget that we have, it cannot be, how can I say, can be respected. And in order to respect the budget, there are certain things that you have to do it in a chirurgical way, like a doctor that is operating. You gotta be very precise, very careful. So, what a mistake is the title of today's topic. And this is a big mistake because this can affect your career. Now, I don't want to say that this is going to stop your career because it's not the case. So, don't worry about that. However, it can slow down your career because for about 2-3 years, your manager, the director of the project, the big boss, they remember that they suffered with you on that project. For them was important, and they don't forget it right away. They don't say, okay, it was just a case, but at the end of the year we're gonna give a big prize, or I don't know, a augmentation on his salary and stuff. No, it's not gonna happen because that thing will make your reputation, will reduce the quality of reputation for that period of time. And that's too bad, especially with designers that are very good designers or expert designers that can move into design management, and therefore they need to perform always well because that way they can have a better career, a smoother career, and move on, going up and taking responsibilities. If things like this happens, everything slows down because everybody is affected. When they have their own the meeting at the end of the year where they're going to talk about the people and they have to make the distribution of money because of on the project, the percentage. To that guy we give 2%, the other one 5%, the other one 10% because he was extremely good on the project, stuff like that. Everything changes. And that's too bad. So I wanted to warn you out. Watch out, okay, about this type of behavior because this happens also in school. When you're in school, you get a project that seems to be an easy project, and you just don't work as hard as you should. Then, when it's the moment you wake up because you realize the teachers are not happy, or the sponsor project, the client is not happy, you have only 1 month left. And everybody else that were doing that project school correctly, with the right attention, they get to the final result, whether it's beautiful or ugly, but they get to the final result very well. And you are the one that will be in difficulty, in very great difficulties. So this is something to avoid. This is an attitude. This is a mental approach. And I know that it's not very easy to be always 100% concentrated because we are humans. And sometimes we would like to, to relax a little bit. But it's job. It's your job. You are paid for it. And the company is winning results from you every year. Every time they give you an assignment, you have to answer to that assignment. You will be judged for that assignment, just like in school. So that's the thing. And I wanted to tell you because it's not a school thing, it's also a work, a real job thing. And don't forget that, okay? Don't forget what I'm telling you today, because I really hope that you won't make this mistake. And if you will find yourself one day behaving like that, remember this video and say, hey, wait a minute, I'm relaxing too much. I better go back to my drawing board and I do few extra sketches, trying really to interpret what they're asking me to draw, to create, so that I can play all my cards in a very professional way, and I know what I have to do. And after, I will listen to their feedback, and once again, I will take that feedback, and it will help me to improve what I'm doing. Okay, so this is what I wanted to talk to you today. So now there are two. Mr. Patil has two comments. Recently, we had automotive visualization. We read, yeah, that's nice. So I choose Austral for the cinematic. First try, hope you like it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can get it. Pencil, classical project. Exactly. So that's what I was saying. Now, Isa, when you are, now I open up, if you have comments about this, please write down the comment. If you want to ask me another question or something different, you please do. Okay, I'm here. Now it's 7. I will stay here still 10 minutes, no more, because it's a little bit late today. Next week I will try to be a little bit earlier, like we used to do in general. Okay, so if you have any questions, please write it down. If you want to offer me a coffee, then you have super sticker, super chat. And if you are new, put your like on this video and subscribe if you are new. Now, about the subscribers, did you see that we are going very close to 7,800? I'm really happy. Thank you very much. So this is great. And also membership. If you want to become a member, you have the button down there to click, so that you know you can learn, okay, how you can become a member. All right, any questions? Tell me. Isa, if you want to write now a specific question about the tips, write it down. I have dropped the video link here. No, it's not visible, not here. I'm sorry. But if you follow, Patil, you are following me on Instagram, you can send me the link in the chat, okay? Oh, you can mail it to me. Yes, exactly. Same thing. So, any question? Isa probably left already. All right. Well, you know what? If there are no other questions, I think we can close it now. Why not? Okay. I hope you had fun. I hope you liked the topic of today. And this video will be accessible to everybody starting tomorrow. Okay. And yeah, I got the link on Instagram. I see now it arrived. So that's great. Thanks. And you can eventually you can comment on the video once it is live tomorrow. Okay. This week I did not have any news about hiring, and this week I did not had the time to make any tutorial for this channel. So I'm sorry about that. Mr. Price. Hi Luciano, hope you're doing well. Yes, I am. I hope you too. Do you provide anyone career guidance sessions? Yes, Price. On this channel, there are several design talk videos like this one that we did live. There is one that's called the Car Designer Career or Designer Career, where I explain everything about the designer career. There is another one, how much money a designer can earn, so that there you will learn according to the levels, which are the steps in terms of salary, contracts, all that stuff is here. If you need something specific for yourself, then we can do what I do sometimes. We can do 1 hour on Google Meet. It's gonna cost you $20, okay, that you can pay via PayPal. And in that case, if you want, I will listen to you. If you have a portfolio to show me, we can talk and I explain to you exactly what is good, what is bad, how you should move. Currently, I have a guy from India that stays with me 1 hour every Thursday, only for 1 month, because we are preparing something very special for him and he needs guidance. He doesn't need me to sketch, so it's not a sketching cars section lesson. It's really guidance, okay? Yeah, Patil, thank you. I got it. Okay, so Price, just in case, if you want, I can leave you my email. I write my email and then you decide, okay? You can also write me simply a question in private, and then we will move from the email on, okay? I'll write here the email, and then if you want, you can use it. You guys also, if you want to have information about my online courses, write to this email, and don't worry, I will answer back to you with a great pleasure, of course, like always. Yes, Patil, I will give you the feedback later on. Later or maybe tomorrow, I will look at it with attention, and I will answer you back, as I do all the time. All right. So, Price, Mr. Price, is it okay with you? Anybody else? If there are no other questions or exchanges with me via comments, thanks, that will be really helpful. Okay, no problem, Price, don't worry. Write to me, I will analyze your question and I will tell you what we can do. Maybe we don't need to make a 1 hour guidance. Maybe it's just an answer that you need from me. Okay, don't worry, we will see. All right. Okay, so now that we said everything, for those that arrived a little bit late, don't worry, because you can see this video over and over again starting tomorrow morning. I will make it still available already now, so don't worry. If you have the link, it's enough that you click the link and you will see the video from the beginning. That's no problem. The future automotive visualization is, of course, with AI technology. But as we said 2 weeks ago, it really depends where we use it. Now, there is a sort of a Wiscom AI tool that one of my colleagues from India, very good designer, excellent designer, really very talented, Svarup Roy, is using, is making some interesting experiments, and he's showing those images on Instagram, on his Facebook page, and sometimes also on LinkedIn. And I think the way he's doing it's a very wise way. I really like what he's doing. So basically, what does he do? He sketches, he's really sketching. And after he goes on that tool to complete the sketches. And because he's a good designer, he's not relying on the tool to make the design. He's relying on the tool only for the renderings. And that's something interesting, because that means that the creativity is still under his own control, thanks to his talent. Therefore, what it comes out, it's something that is its own design. But the rendering, it's a standard rendering type made by the AI technology in this app, okay, in this tool. I follow Annika, SGI artists behind of inspiration. This work is